Whew. All right, well, let's get this party started. And guys, we're going to start with our review of this ship, the Orkan. Now, whatever, we'll leave it in Hawaii port, I guess. But I left the default camo on it for a second. It's a decent looking camo. This is a tier 8 ship that you can purchase in the, I believe, the armory for a bunch of doubloons. If you go into the armory, you can see right there, there's the Orkan Admiral, Commander, and then the regular ship. Each one gives you something special. You can see here, you get the special Orkan flag, which is the Polish flag with, that's probably the ship's insignia. A 10-point captain, a whole ton of signals. I mean, you know, they throw everything your way, but for 21,000 doubloons, you'd hope they would throw everything your way, right? If you don't have that many doubloons, 10,300 is your price to get this. It's basically 10,000 with the port slot is the reason why it's 10.3. And there you go. So we'll talk about the ship a little bit. I'll share you guys my commander build for it. We'll take her out into battle, and then we'll go from there. So yeah, so the first thing I'm gonna do with the Orkan before I forget is I'm gonna put a better camo on it, because you know it's just the standard 50% to regular XP at 10% post battle. It's a tier 8. I'm gonna put something that gives me better on it. Here's the signals I'm gonna run on it. You know, you could do specials if you want to. It's a tier 8 ship, so I don't know that it really matters one way or another to run, you know, a whole ton of signals. So it is what it is. In terms of modules, obviously you want to run premium consumables, right? The neat thing about the Orkan that makes her special, she gets that radar. 7.5 kilometer radar is pretty nice. However, keep in mind, it only lasts for a default of 20 seconds. I've decided to buff that by an additional 4 seconds using the surveillance radar module. But you don't have to. Sorry guys, I have somebody knocking on my side here. Alright. Hold on, I gotta pause the review to let Stevie get up here. But anyway, so I've run that. You could alternately run the engine boost modification. That's almost always a must on any ship that can do run engine boost. Jose, Joseph, there's a big difference, and we'll get to that in a second. Other things, you know, typical destroyer build stuff, right? Propulsion 2 because it's got pretty good rudder shift. I think he's coming. There he goes. And then of course concealment to round things out a bit. Now, all that put together means that I have a concealment of 5.9 with commander skills, which means I can stealth radar by quite a good margin, which is nice. Here is my captain build. I'm just basically running the dude that I run on my Ostergotland, because, you know, why not? Torpedo armament is important on the ship, and I'll explain why in a little bit, I think, in my opinion. Obviously, survivability is important. BFT, that's really up to you if you want to run that. That gives you extra gun reload, which kind of comes in handy in this ship. Superintendent, very nice, very helpful. Last Stand, of course, it's a destroyer. Concealment, of course, it's a destroyer. Preventative maintenance, personally I like to run that on destroyers because how easily modules break. Now you could, if you wanted to, drop a couple of these tier 3 skills. If you were, maybe drop torpedo armament and BFT, and then pick up radio location, and then pick up adrenaline rush. That wouldn't be a bad choice either. And that, what's up, Gary? I think the kitty's feeling better. He seems to be kind of favoring one of his legs as he walks, so I'm wondering if something's going on. Sucker on your team is Hayate in the black lacquer camo. I'll show that to you in a sec. It's really sexy. Several US ships have been sold to the... Yeah. Alright, so I had a question in chat. What makes her different from the Olin? And quite a bit of things make her different from the Olin. First of all, look at the consumables. Olin can run defensive fire. Orkan cannot. Orkan instead has the surveillance radar. Okay, so that's going to be one of the big differences. The other difference has to do in torpedo weight. So the Olin has 2 torpedo launchers of 3 torpedoes each, right there. Whereas the Orkan doesn't. The Orkan only has 1 torpedo launcher. Now it's a quintuple launcher, but only 1. And what that means is, that's why I said torpedo armament might have been a really good pick for this ship, because 63-second reload, that's with the 10% buff from TAE, versus over here 70 seconds. So it gets the reload to about what you're used to seeing in the Olin already. Okay. Now the other big difference is the artillery. So these are 120s, of course. 2.5-second reload. All right. And let's go to the Orkan. And mind you, this is buffed with BFT, 4-second reload. So, you know, the Orkan's going to shoot more rapidly. Or sorry, the Olin will shoot more rapidly than the Orkan. The Orkan does get, I believe it gets the, yeah, it gets 1 additional turret though. So your overall shell broadside weight is going to be higher with the Orkan. This ship you want to play as a cap bully. You go into a cap. If somebody goes in there and contests it with you, pop your radar, and you do your thing. Rocky, you... Oh, Gary, you love the Orkan? Gary, you're a destroyer main, so I'm pretty sure that you're going to love any destroyer that gets put out, right? Like, these are good destroyers. Oh, and it's also got a secondary lull here. It's got a little pea shooter, 102mm secondary gun, which means absolutely nothing because it penetrates 17mm of armor. Which basically means if you're lucky, it might hit a superstructure of a destroyer. Otherwise, most destroyers at tier 8 and above are going to just laugh away that secondary. So there you go. And that secondary armament range is... Where is it? Does it show? It should show 5 kilometer. So I mean, you're not gonna do anything special with it. But you know, there it is. There's your armor layout. It's a destroyer. It breaks very easily. And I think it's time to take her into battle. I think I've showed you guys everything you need to know about the ship. So let's do it. Those of you that have the Orkan, I know we've already heard from Gary. Anybody else have the Orkan already? And if so, do you like it? I think in a ranked battle, competitive environment, she'll be great. Even possibly clan battles if there's no carriers. I see red. 1 secondary sounds like a secondary spec to me. You could try for that, I guess. When I first played her, I was very uncomfortable with her. If you buy her, I would say take some time and get to know her, because she definitely plays differently than what you're accustomed to playing. That's okay. It just requires a different mindset going in. Let's see, where am I? I'm at C. Alright. So, tier 10 game with carriers. Because, you know, that's great. So I got a couple of choices in this match. Oh boy, someone's already asking if I'm streaming. Alright, well in that case we're gonna have to put our mini-map blocker up. Alright, hey Gio. So anyways, the The thing that's gonna be tough about this game, of course, is tier 10s, but more importantly, the fact that we've got carriers coming in. Now, I do have the ability to try to get into this little safe spot over here. So let's try that and see if that works. Because I see the carriers off there messing around. I'm gonna tell my team. Let's see if team wants to give me a hand here. So I'm moving along at 36 knots, 37 once I straighten out. It's not too bad. Okay, Z52 spotted. I am located, which tells me it could be the Gearing or Jutland.
Attention, reporting the target position.
Good. I'm no longer located. And I'm going to go over to what I think is hopefully going to be the safe spot. And this Amalfi might be turning around into my torpedo, so I might as well go ahead and fire him off. It's got the standard wide, which is narrow, and then like super narrow spread. Now, I am capping for free, which is great, but I really need people to shoot this Amalfi. Anti-air was off for the start, of course. Now I'm detected, so I'm going to be forced to fire off my anti-air. Fortunately, he's using AP bombers, which just don't really work that much. Oh crap.
All stations,
and there's the Jutland.
strategic target.
If I'm lucky, I can get this guy to smoke up. If I'm not lucky, then I'm pretty much screwed. I got the cap, which I wanted. Now I just have to get out of here and not die. So that's fun. Alright, so we got the Jutland to smoke up, which is good. And here comes the radar. Good. See, this is the strength of the ship. If you can control who can see you, then you've got the ability to use that radar against against destroyers that smoke up. And this is what comes in really handy with these ships. Alright, he just fired torpedoes at me, and the reason I know that is because he didn't shoot at me for a very long time, and then all of a sudden he's shooting at me. Come on, where's my team? There's the torpedoes. Come on, dodge, dodge, dodge. Good. Dodge these now too. Let's go. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and DCP the fire because I don't have to worry about anybody over here. And now we're getting the heck out of here. But that's the main strength. You guys got to witness the main strength of this ship, which is awesome. Just the ability to hydro or to radar up is just really, really powerful against a lot of destroyers that, quite frankly, don't know what they're doing, or simply don't expect, I should say, you to have radar. They're used to you being the other tier 8 destroyer, which has defensive fire. So we got ourselves a free kill on that. I don't have any idea what these two guys are doing, plus the Amalfi, but not gonna stick around here, that's for sure. Zaf torpedo beat montage win? I don't know. And surface warfare, thank you for the follow, man. Appreciate it.
Engine boost activated.
Alright. So now I'm gonna flip around here. We have the curvers up there we have to deal with.
All stations, concentrate fire on the target.
I mean, come on. Yamato, Amalfi, North Carolina against one Amalfi. Why do I need to be there? Let's go deal with this curve first.
All stations.
Oh, Stevie, stay here.
Of a strategic target.
Stay here. Say hi to everybody. Say hi to everybody. They're right over here. Yeah, Panzer, my UI is a little bit on the cluttered side, but you'll notice it gets a little bit less cluttered as ships die, so that works. How do you know the mods and upgrades to use on your ship? I can explain that a little bit after this game. Generally speaking, there's kind of like a default loadout you almost always run on the same kind of ships. Alright, Gearing is moving on to A. I don't know why the Summer is just deciding to die in the same exact spot as our other destroyer, but that's his choice apparently. We need to get in here. We need to get this curve first out. The Amalfi is still alive down there, so that's nifty. Current destroyer grind is for Daring. Do pretty well with Shima. You're okay. We're not doing too well hit point wise, unfortunately. Good, the Orkan dies at least. That's nice.
Engine boost deactivated. Enemy cruiser detected.
Those 3 ships still haven't killed the Amalfi. I got my 5.9 kilometer concealment, so I'm gonna see if I can get in and cap the B cap here. Gearing obviously switched over to their side as he kills the FDG.
All stations.
Oh, Gearing.
Position of a strategic.
Gearing is over here? Let's see if I can... Oh! I got him with a torpedo! I got him with a torpedo! And he's smoking up. This is what I want him to do. That's why I opened fire on him. Here we go. Watch this. Surprise! And now, once again, that smoke is used against him. Got him on fire. Stevie, don't... There we go. And I got him to run away. He's not burning anymore, though. Might as well do my heal.
Torpedoes to port.
Where were you trying to drop with that carrier? And I've got a Charles and a Kurfürst over here, so I really can't afford to stay here. I'd love to cap this, but there's just simply no assistance over here. And it doesn't help that my team is pretty much all just dying. Let's see if I can dodge this guy. Yep. And there I go. Well, tier 10, dependent on the team, but I think you guys got an idea of what you can do with this ship.
Get back.
I'll just leave it at that. But anyway, there you go. We're gonna have to see what happens at the end here, at the end of the screen, and we can get an idea what I did and what my efforts did for the team. So, hey Glacial, how's it going? So she is a pretty strongish ship if you know how to use that radar and use it against the enemy. You saw me use that twice, and that worked out really well. In the end, when you're up against, like, you know, two other ships, 3 other ships plus carrier, I mean, no ship can handle that by itself. So it is what it is. Anybody have any other questions you'd like to ask about the Orkan.
The enemy team
These
is
guys are
taking
finally
the lead.
starting to come around the corner, so
Teammate, I
nifty.
need your support.
But I mean, I'm pretty sure we're not going to win this one. It's interesting that Orkan was released for doubloons in the armory. So I would say if you've got a whole bunch of doubloons laying around, I mean, why the heck not? But aside from that, you know, when you get into tier 8 games, it's kind of does the Orkan kill bugs too? I know. There's just yeah. Yeah, it is exactly right, Lightninger. It's like a tier 8 Smallland, and instead of free XP, you're spending doubloons for it. And, you know, another difference now, had this been a tier 6 game, I probably would have been able to wipe the floor with it.
The enemy is about to
But it's a tier 10. So, all you can do is hope to survive. I managed to get a cap, managed to get a kill. And, you know, there you go. Now, if this is a replay, I'm hitting the insert key to try to move things up a bit, but, you know, it's not working out that way because it's a live game. And I guess we could have watched the ship sink, but it's always a pleasure to hang out. Good, good. There we go. All right. Oh, I got ships for clan battles. Oh my god, I was alive for 2/3 of the game and I still came in first place. So let's take a look at our detailed report, look at the damage that we received. That Kurfürst really spanked us pretty hard there. Wow. He said he got full pens against me and I believe it. Look at the damage I took from that Kurfürst. But, you know, still managed to do work. Unfortunately, my secondary wasn't able to get involved there, but you know, I did do stuff, and I capped, which is good. I did a good amount of damage to that gearing, killed the Jutland, so you know, there you go. So that's our review for the Orkan. I think she's a pretty fun boat. She's unique, she's different. She's, like I said, a great cap bully, and if you're really good at destroyers, I mean, she's great at exploiting smoke against enemies. So